I wanted to try to make a easy little table to use my Addi knitting machine. And so I went to the store and I bought a cutting board. This is a bamboo cutting board. And then I took my Addi machines. I have the 22 needle and I also have the, excuse my hand, 46 needle. And I set the 22 needle in the center and I traced around the feet. And then we took a drill bit that was a, oh, I forgot what they call them, but I'll put it on the video. And it's 1.24, I think it was 1.25 inches, but I will also check that and put it on the video, deep. And then my husband just set this over the garbage can and he just drilled the holes right in there. Then I took my bigger machine and I set it out to the sides, drilled or cut the holes, not cut the holes, you know, drew the holes and then cut it in and drilled it. And I really like it. My husband is frustrated because you see some of the wood kind of came up and splintered a little bit. I'm going to try to use wood glue and just glue that down because I like this side of the board. And then I'm going to sand off the ink marks. And then I found some paint that I really, really like. And it is this color shift paint. It's gorgeous. This is a purpley pinkish one. I'd love to have this on my car. But I thought I would paint the board with this. And then if you notice, there is this wonderful little indentation that goes around the side. And I thought that would be kind of fun to use this pearl metallic paint, just kind of as an accent to go along the sides. If I can't get that all nice and smooth, then my next option would be to turn the board over and if you notice on this side, everything is just on one equal plane. This side would be much easier to deal with, but the problem is I couldn't use that pearl paint because I don't paint nicely and I don't know how to paint in a straight line. So if I end up having to use this side because I can't get the other side smooth, then this will probably all just be that kind of color changing. It's called Color Shift by Folk Art. It's pretty expensive. It's $7.49 a bottle, but it is indoor outdoor. So that was my next thing. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead, turn this over. Oops. Probably if you were going to do it, you wouldn't want to mark your holes with a Sharpie. That's what I did. And that's why I'm going to have to now sand all the inks off of my board. But I'm going to just use regular sanding paper that I bought. I bought this. And then I bought some wood glue. If I end up having to cut these off, if they don't glue down, then I can just use the wood glue actually as a filler. And then I just bought some finer sanding paper as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start sanding and then I'll come back. So right now I'm trying to glue these little ends in place. So I just put some glue underneath where the wood splinters up. And I'm just rubbing my finger along it. And I'm just going to hope that that'll hold. Once the glue is dry, then I can go ahead and I can sand it smooth. And hopefully, that'll take care of a little bit of the unevenness that I do have. And then also, I mean, it's not perfect. You know, you see here there's some splintering also where we weren't really the best with the drill. So I'm just going to take some glue right off my finger and just kind of put it in the hole there and hope that'll dry as well. I took an emery board and I took all my sanding papers and I just kind of tried to sand everything down to just smooth it out a little bit. And as you can see, I cheated and I've already begun putting on my first, my first layer of paint. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light a little better. And I'm just using a foam brush to do that. And I'm just dipping in, no magic to it. And just brushing the paint onto the board. as I get more and more coats, it's going to even out. I'm also going to do the insides. I don't need to, but I just think it'll look nicer if I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish painting my board. I'm probably going to do at least 2 to 3 coats. I'm betting more like 3 because this is going on fairly sheerly, if that's even a word. Sheerly. Anyway, I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I'm done with the several coats. Okay, funny story, true story. So I've put on a couple coats and I didn't like the way that it looks. I mean, it doesn't even look like the paint's evening out. And so then my daughter goes, haha, Mom, I forgot to tell you, you need like 5 or 6 coats of paint. I was like, oh my goodness, not going to happen. So, and as much as I love the purple, because I really do, I really kind of had my heart set on black before I went to the store. So I went back to Michael's. I bought some gesso. And I bought my pure black paint, acrylic. And then I bought gold for this stripe area because I thought that would look really sharp. I like that look. And then I also bought the color shifting black. I'm not sure that I'm going to use that, but I might, after I put the black on, I might just put a top coat of this on because it looks like it probably color shifts to gold, and so that might be interesting. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to try this. And so what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do it while you watch, but I'm just going to go ahead, get my gesso on here, and then I'm going to come back, say hi, let you watch me do a couple of brushes of black, come back, say hi, let you watch me do the gold striping, and then we'll just see what it looks like from there. Okay, so this project really got away from me. At first, I tried doing just the purple paint that changes colors, you know, in the light, and I did not like it at all. So then I got a flat black, and I went over it with the black paint. No, I'm lying to you. First, I used gesso, and I just went over the whole thing with gesso. Then when that dried, I took a black flat paint, acrylic paint, and I painted the whole entire thing black, and I painted the gold stripe. And then I decided that I didn't like the look of it. It was just kind of blah. So I thought, well, what the heck, you know, I'll just go ahead and I'll try the purple. So I went back to the purple and I put, oh golly, I don't know, 4 coats of purple paint on it. That purple color change paint that I showed you. And I liked it, but it was just kind of bare. So then what I did was I got a bug and I decided that, sorry, I'm holding this in my hands because of my tripod, that I had this beautiful sticker book from Simple Stories, and it has all sorts of stickers that I've used, but anyway, just kind of give you a little idea. And I just thought I'd audition some stickers on it. Well, those stickers stuck really well, and I couldn't necessarily get them off. I think I like the tickets in the right middle. I would have liked that to be down lower, but I couldn't get them all off without destroying them. So then what I did was I took my varnish after I got my stickers on, and I just went over the top with my Duraclear gloss varnish. And it did make the stickers kind of wrinkly a little bit. So what I did was I just used my finger and I just smoothed over the wrinkles and got them to be as non-wrinkled as possible. And I think I did a really good job. Where there are some wrinkles, I like that. I like the look. So am I happy with this? Yeah, I'm happy with this. I think this will be great. I'll never lose it in my craft room, that's for sure, because it just screams at me. I'm going to get my knitting machines and I'm going to show you exactly how this thing works. I do use a, excuse me again, a non-stick, this is just shelf liner that I probably got at Dollar Tree or something. I put this down first, and then I put my board on top of it. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, doing this one-handed. So I've got my little pad down, and then I'm just going to put my board right on top of this. This does a really good job of keeping it from sliding around and holding it. My board is still a little bit tacky, so I apologize. Well, you can't tell, but I can tell. Anyway, gonna get the machine next, and I'm gonna set the machine inside, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here's my big Addi, and the feet of the Addi machine are in the outer holes on the board. And now I'm really sorry I can't get a good shot of this when I'm trying to hold it in my hands. And now I'll get my little Addi in there, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. And this is how my little Addi fits, just right in the board. So this is great for me. One thing I did notice though when I was cruising on YouTube was that Hobby Lobby has big, huge, round, circular boards you can buy. And you know, this cutting board that I used for my project was pretty darned expensive. It was like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. I think the boards at Hobby Lobby would be less expensive, and they would probably, I don't know, might be cooler because they're circular. But this works for me. I hope you like it, and I hope you have happy knitting days.